Welcome to the Rewards Master. Today I'm sitting here in our hotel room at the Conrad at the top of the Etihad Towers. And you might have seen them in one of the Fast and Furious movies where they jump a car from one to the other. And we're here in a suite up at the top. But we got here flying on Etihad Airways in their business class. And so I want to give you a review about that. Just before we get to the review, though, let me show you the view from our room. All right, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let me show you about our flight. Okay, there is not a great lounge situation if you're flying Etihad out of Boston in business class. You do get access to this little lounge. It's right across from the gate where we're supposed to be flying out of in a little while. It's called the Club. But as you can see from some of the video footage, the chairs are worn out. I mean, they're torn. The food options, okay, it's got kind of a simple little buffet with things like soups and hummus and chips and things like that. There's a small little bar that's got a bartender there manning it. So it's got all the basics. It does have a bathroom inside. It's got all the basics, but certainly not what you expect or what you think you're going to get when you're flying on a business class ticket. So I'm the beginning of this trip. Now we'll see if the Etihad product really impresses us. But to start off the trip, this is probably the worst business class lounge experience we've had. So keep that in mind. I'm here in the Etihad Business Class suite, and it's very, very nice. In fact, Nona loves it. I love it. It's really, really good. As far as the decor, it's just classy. I mean, all the way. The service has been outstanding. The menu is order what you want, when you want, so it's on-demand dining. They have great options on the menu for your main course. Nona chose a beef tenderloin. I chose a prawns dish. It had great appetizers. I think mine's a duck appetizer. She got the squash soup. It's just so many different options. So it's really, really awesome so far.
This here is the beef tenderloin. It came with some creamy mashed potatoes and some asparagus. I'm really looking forward to trying it.
So my main course is the prawns with rice. It looks really good. So the dessert was a chocolate tart. It was really good. We also had a lemon tart. It was really outstanding. And then they brought me like a cheese plate with crackers and cheese and some fruit. It was really, really good.
we always evaluate the lounge, we always evaluate the food, we always evaluate the service, and we always evaluate the seat. So let me tell you about it.
We wanted to show you the amenity kit that they gave us. Really nice leather bag. Says Etihad right there on it. Kind of more simple than we've had in the past. It does have your eyewear and your earplugs, which is always nice. And then it has this nice little hand and body cream. This was my favorite part. Little toothbrush with the baby paste in there. So that was kind of cute. And then it has like a little face mist and then some things for your lips. So nice, but a little basic. We also got a pair of pajamas and some slippers. I didn't actually put on my pajamas, but Bob did, and he slept for hours in them, and they're very soft, so I'm excited to wear them when I get home. And then we also were able to get a pair of slippers that we also were able to take home with us.
So as I mentioned a little on the plane, I cannot speak more highly of the Etihad experience, with the exception of lounge access in the beginning. So the lounge access in Boston is real bad. I mean, it's not the worst lounge we've ever been to, but it's certainly not in the top. That I'd have to give it, maybe a 1.5 out of 5, just because at least it's a lounge you can go into and get something to eat. And the food wasn't terrible. So I will give it that. So we'll give it like a 1.5. But the seats were worn and torn. It just does not the experience. In fact, Nona said to me before we got on the plane, she said, did you get us a budget airline? And I'm like, no, this is Etihad. This is not a budget airline. Well, she changed her tune when we got on the plane, because everything else, service, food, seat, 5, 5, 5. It was awesome. I mean, I thought the seat was fantastic. It's so elegant, the lighting, the food. She had a steak that she said and she's kind of picky about that kind of thing, and she said it was a really good steak. I had a prawns dish that was out of this world good. In fact, in my opinion, and she may tell you different, but in my opinion, their food was just as good as Turkish Airlines. Now, they didn't have the chef walking around with the little chef's cap and the cart and all that, but the food was really, really good. The seat was so comfortable. I slept honestly, I thought this has been a 12-hour flight. It felt shorter than our flights to Europe that are like 7 or 7.5 hours, because I slept so well. I slept for hours and hours. I only watched 1.5 movies, and then I was sleeping the whole rest of the time. So comfortable. And then the service, our guy, his name was Lucas, and I think he said he was from Slovakia, and he was just so good. He was right there with anything you wanted, anytime you wanted. It was outstanding. So let's see what Nona thought of the overall experience.
So I too, like Bob, agree. I loved everything about the actual plane ride. The seat was very comfortable, the selection of movies and the different things. And what was really neat is, because we had never been to this part of the country before, it had some the best day in Abu Dhabi and things like that on the plane that I got to actually watch. So it gave me a little bit of knowledge before I even got here. I watched a little video about when I got off the plane, where to go. So as soon as we got off, I knew where to go, whether we'd been to the country before. It had some directions if you had been there or if you had not been there. And I totally knew what to do once I got off. So I thought that was pretty handy and pretty helpful. Enjoyed watching all that. And again, with all the amenities like the pajamas and our service and our food, A+. Everything was great. Definitely would recommend it if you've never been on Etihad. Would enjoy doing it again. Now, I know Bob had told you about the lounge, and he gave it a 1.5, and I would have to even maybe go lower than that. I couldn't believe the lounge for a business class flight. And it did make me start getting a little nervous about what airline he is putting us on, because the lounge did not reflect the flight. Now, I will say from our time there, I realized that I'm thinking Etihad might be newer to the Boston airport, because they had, it was in Terminal C instead of Terminal E. And then also too, they didn't have anything marked Etihad. They were having to put out signs that said Etihad. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe that is a little bit why we didn't have like our own lounge and things like that. But overall, it doesn't matter. It still was a great flight. Still would do it again, and I still would recommend it highly.
So that's our review of Etihad Business Class from Boston here to Abu Dhabi. And so we'll also be putting out some things on Nona's channel, Away Again Travels, and we're just about to start publishing on that channel. So we'll have some stuff on the Conrad Hotel, some stuff on some of the amusement parks, so you might check that out also. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, it was 87,000 points to book this flight here. So I think it was worth every single point to get here on that fantastic 12.5-hour flight in Etihad Business Class. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you here next time.